You live alone? Hey, why don't you say you and I got out of here and go someplace special, like the backseat of my car, huh?
I'm not interested in casual sex.
It won't be casual. I'll keep my tie on, all right?
How did you get in here? I've had enough of you. I'm leaving this party. Oh!
The moment Rodney Dangerfield steps onto the stage, the entire studio erupts with applause. Cheers echoes through the crowd, and the energy in the room immediately comes alive.
What's new with you? I tell you, I mean, there's wise guys. Well, I checked in a hotel. I asked the bellhop to handle my bag. He started to feel up my wife. No sex like the dog keeps watching me in the bedroom wants to learn how to beg. I told him to watch my wife and learn how to roll over and play dead. Well, one girl told me, come on over, there's nobody home. I went over, there was nobody home.
Rodney Dangerfield spoke openly about battling depression throughout much of his life. But despite those struggles, he still had the remarkable ability to make audiences forget their own problems and laugh with nothing more than a smile at a perfectly timed joke.
I mean, last week was rough. Are you kidding? Last week I looked up my family tree, 2 dogs were using it. He showed me a naked picture of my wife. Well, what a driver she is. Over the dashboard there's a pair of shoes hanging. They belong to the last guy she hit.
Rodney Dangerfield possessed a kind of comedic timing that almost seemed unreal. In only a few seconds, he could completely destroy Johnny Carson's calm, polished demeanor and leave him unable to stop laughing.
You'll be drinking early today. And I don't want to drink because I'm a bad drinker, I'll tell you that, Johnny. When I drink the next day, I got to do 2 things. I got to try and locate my car, and I got to bring back the car I took. I mean, I'm a bad drinker. Remember that one? Yeah, sure.
Of course I do.
Of course you do. I knew a lot of my bed. I don't know. Bring on the next guy. I don't know what I'm doing.
On the first date, he comes across as someone trying far too hard, making it painfully clear he expects something in return for all the effort. And unsurprisingly, the entire situation collapses into absolute...
I'll make sure it's tender. Last steak I had here, I couldn't get the knife through the gravy. I'll tell her, make it 2 steaks. Bring her a steak, too. Go ahead, you leave. Go ahead.
And the result is a complete disaster.
Look, I was just about able to figure out bourgeois. I mean, don't hit me with gauche now, will you?
Rodney, this is goodbye.
You know how it is. Yeah, I know I'm getting old. At my age, I want 2 girls at once, you know. Yeah, if I fall asleep, they got each other to talk to. The guy reached in and grabbed me. Every time I close a window, I hit somebody's hands. Actually, I blame myself. I was standing right next to an outlet. Oh, this guy looked crazy. He was really something. He took my watch, he took my wallet, and he took a little off the side. Real smart kid I got. The other day I told him about the birds and the bees. He told me about my wife and a butcher. My old man, he didn't like my looks either. But he carried around a picture of the kid who came with the wallet. I'm getting old. You kidding? I took a vacation, went to Mexico. I got the walks. Well, this afternoon I said to my little girl, I says, when you grow up, what do you want to be? She looked at my wife. She said, single. I tell you, I can't relax, you know. The other night I was in a place I felt like having a few drinks. I went over to the bartender, I said, surprise me. He showed me a naked picture of my wife. I'll tell you, my wife isn't too smart, you know. One night she went out, some guy stole the car. I took her to see what he looked like. She told me she got the license plate number. Oh, my wife. Oh, one night she told me she felt romantic. I took her to a drive-in movie. I spent the whole night trying to find out what car she was in. Oh, yeah, my wife can't do nothing right. She can't cook, the worst cook in the world. Gave my kid alphabet soup. He spelled out help. What a lousy cook. I mean, how can toast have bones?
Big girl.
Oh, I met her at the Macy's parade. She was wearing ropes. Now, I tell you, my wife with eating is always problems. She's a strict vegetarian. In fact, when I met her, she was grazing on her front lawn. I'm not a kid. I'm getting older, Johnny. I'm getting old. You kidding? I took a vacation, went to Mexico. I got the walks.
Whenever people debate the greatest comedians of all time, Names like Richard Pryor and George Carlin are always part of the conversation. But when it comes to pure laughter and audience reaction, many still consider Rodney Dangerfield one of the funniest performers to ever step onto a stage.
I tell you, I can't relax, you know? The other night I was in a place I felt like having a few drinks. Someone ordered a bartender. I said, surprise me. He showed me a naked picture of my wife. I tell you, I always wondered how my wife got her license the first time she took the test. I found out the inspector said he wouldn't go through that again. In fact, when I met her, she was grazing on the front lawn. I mean, she can't cook at all. She made chocolate mousse and antler got stuck on my throat. I tell you, I always wondered how my wife got her license the first time she took the test. I found out the inspector said he wouldn't go through that again.
He sits there with almost no expression at all, never giving the host or the audience a chance to recover, then casually delivers another punchline that throws the entire room back into hysterics.
I had to go so bad I applied for a job. Got up this morning, picked up my shirt, a button fell off. Picked my briefcase, the handle fell off. I'm afraid to go to the bathroom. I was poor. Oh, once on my birthday, my old man, he showed me a picture of a cake. I sat there all day trying to blow out the candles. Now, with kids today, it's different. They got it too good. They don't appreciate it either. It was my boy's birthday last week. Had a little party, went out the cake. The kid blew out all the candles. I said to him, I hope your wish comes true. He said, if it does, that's the last time you'll watch me blow out candles.
Just look at Johnny Carson. By that point, he's already bent over the desk, laughing so hard he can barely recover, no longer acting like the host, just trying to catch his breath between punchlines.
No, I'm a bad drinker, Johnny. I mean, when I drink, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
The next day, I usually wake up in some strange place with a kid with an accent playing with my feet. What happened to you, too?
Yeah.
These were the moments when Rodney Dangerfield completely shattered Johnny Carson's composure, overwhelming him with non-stop one-liners that hit faster and harder every few seconds.
I was a kid the first time I had my picture taken. The pony threw me. It's another one I should have
You got to
tried.
try him out of town, right? You can't bring him in.
Take him on a road to you. Take him on a road. You got to break him in. So you ever get the feeling you wasted your whole life?
Huh?
I don't know. It's not easy. I got no respect the day I was born.
Really?
No respect. The doctor picked me up and smacked me. I found out the nurse, she got a few in too, you know.
He never waits for the audience to fully recover from the laughter. Instead, Rodney Dangerfield keeps charging straight into the next joke, maintaining such a relentless pace that the crowd barely has a second to breathe before laughing all over again.
Well, one girl told me, come on over, there's nobody home. I went over, there was nobody home. And this girl was no bargain either, she was fat.
Fat, huh?
How fat? When she wears high heels, she strikes oil, okay? She's fat.
Big girl.
Oh, I met her at the Macy's parade. She was wearing ropes. Last week was a rough week for me. I broke up my psychiatrist too last week. He told me I'm going crazy. I said to him, if you don't mind, like a second opinion. He said, all right, you're ugly too. And then he told me to lay in a couch face down.
Rodney Dangerfield perfected one of the hardest forms of comedy there is, stand-up. In that world, very few performers could match the speed, precision, and sharp timing of his delivery. One punchline after another landed flawlessly, proving he was far more than just an ordinary comedian.
What a lousy cook. I don't think meatloaf should glow in the dark. When I was a kid, my old man, he didn't help either, you know. The time I asked my old man if I can go ice skating on a lake, he told me to wait till it gets warmer. But I'll tell you, nobody has it easy in life, Johnny.
That's right.
Nobody. I talk to people all over the place. Nobody. A lot of people, I feel sorry for short people.
Why's
you know?
that?
Well, when it rains, they're the last ones to know about it.
It was a world where warmth and affection barely existed, replaced instead by harsh honesty, rejection, and non-stop humiliation.
I tell you, Doc, the whole thing goes back to my childhood. I remember. My mother and father got divorced. There was a custody fight over me, and no one showed up. Well, after that, I had it rough. Well, for 4 years, they sent me to a child psychiatrist. The kid didn't help me at all. I tell you, my family, nothing but losers. There's only one normal one, nicest guy in the world. He died in prison of unnatural causes.
Do you still miss Rodney Dangerfield after all these years? Because the moments he created still feel unique, like a kind of comedy magic that television has never truly been able to replace.
You know the trouble with me? I appeal to everyone who can do me absolutely no good. The last time my wife drove the car, she cracked it up, went into a tree. Told me it wasn't her fault. She blew the horn. My wife isn't too smart, you know. One night she went out, some guy stole the car. I said to her, just see what he looked like. She told me she got the license plate number. I mean, that's the story of my life. No respect. I don't get no respect at all. You kid, oh, our kid is spoiled. She told me a lot of kids smell that way, you know? I tell you, it's tough to stay married to my wife. How do you think I feel? She kissed the dog on the lips and she won't drink from my glass. I tell you, life isn't easy. My psychiatrist told me I'm going crazy. I said to him, if you don't mind, I'd like a second opinion. He said, all right, you're ugly too. You kidding? I know I'm ugly. Halloween, I open the front door, kids give me candy.
Disaster. Offstage, Rodney Dangerfield had a reputation for being incredibly generous with tips, and that same over-the-top generosity often showed up in the way he flirted with women too.
May I check your game board?
Keep it cost me a fortune, you know what I mean? Hey, but take this for yourself, okay? Hey, take this too in case you change your mind, all right? Hey, that's pretty good, you know what it is? I need some mustard with it, you know?
How could you?
I'm sorry, Told me a few people. What's going on here?
Oh, well, things got a little out of...
By this point, the host is completely falling apart with laughter, and every brief pause from Rodney Dangerfield only builds more anticipation before the audience erupts even louder at the next line.
Well, with cigarettes, my wife and I, we made a deal, my wife and I. We only smoke after sex. I got the same pack now since 1975. But I'll tell you one thing, when my wife does have sex, she screams. Ooh, especially when I walk in on her. Ooh. Now, you kid, I know my wife cheats on me. Every time I come home, the parrot says, quick, out the window, you know?